Fishing trips are meant to be peaceful, but what if something is watching from beneath the surface? Have you ever been out on the water and felt like you weren't alone? What if something unnatural was waiting just beneath the waves? Tonight, we bring you 3 terrifying true fishing horror stories from those who barely made it back. Let's begin. Story 1. The Man in the Fog. It was supposed to be a simple fishing trip, but when Kyle and his father drifted into the fog, they weren't alone anymore. They had been fishing since sunrise, the morning calm and peaceful. But by noon, a thick fog rolled in fast, swallowing the lake. One moment they could see the shore, the next, an endless wall of gray. Kyle frowned. "Dad, where did this come from?" His father adjusted his hat. "We'll be fine, just stay put." The water was eerily still, the air silent. Then they heard something, a low, wet splash. Kyle's stomach twisted. "Did you hear that?" His father nodded. "Might be a fish jumping." Another splash, closer this time. Kyle grabbed his flashlight, aiming it toward the sound. The beam vanished into the fog. Then a raspy voice whispered from the mist, "Help me." Kyle's blood ran cold. He turned to his father, but his dad's face had gone pale. The voice came again. "Please, help me." Closer this time, Kyle squinted into the fog and saw a figure. A man standing waist-deep in the water, his clothes sagging with moisture, skin gray and wrinkled. "Sir, are you okay?" Kyle asked. The man didn't move. Then his mouth stretched into an unnatural smile. "You already helped me once." Kyle's body went numb. His father grabbed his arm. "Don't talk to him." "What?" Kyle asked. "That's not a man. We need to leave." But before they could, the man started walking toward them. Kyle's father paddled furiously. The boat rocked. Kyle dared one last look back. The man was standing on the water now, his grin widening, eyes locked on Kyle. "You can't run forever." The fog thickened, the boat lurched, and suddenly they were back in the clear. The fog was gone, the water calm, the shore visible again. Kyle's father didn't say a word, just kept rowing. Years later, Kyle found an old newspaper article. A man had drowned in that lake 50 years ago and his body was never found. But his name? Kyle. Story 2. The boat that called for help. Jason and his friends thought they found an abandoned boat drifting in the middle of the lake, but they were wrong. Jason had planned this fishing trip for weeks. It was supposed to be a guy's weekend, just him, his best friends Danny and Mark, a few beers and some fishing. They had been on the water since sunrise, surrounded by dense forests. By mid-afternoon, the fish weren't. Jason sighed, watching the sky turn a murky gray. That's when Mark pointed to the horizon. "Look at that," Jason squinted. "A boat." It was about 100 yards away, drifting aimlessly. No movement, no lights. Danny sat up. "Think someone needs help?" Jason hesitated. Something felt off, but they had no cell service, no way to call for help. "Let's check it out," Jason said, paddling toward it. As they approached, the smell hit them. "Dude, that's nasty," Danny said. They reached the boat and peered over the side. The deck was covered in dark stains. "Blood?" Mark muttered. Jason's stomach twisted. Then, a voice, weak, whispering, "Help, me?" Jason's heart raced. "Did you hear that?" Danny nodded. It came from below deck. The hatch was slightly open. "Hello? Is someone there?" Jason called. Silence. Then, a loud thud from inside. Danny backed away. "Screw this, let's go." Just as Jason agreed, the radio crackled to life, a low, distorted voice. "Don't leave me." The 3 froze. Jason's blood ran cold. The boat's engine was dead, so how was the radio working? Suddenly, the hatch slammed open and a gray, bloated hand shot out. Jason's instincts kicked in. "Go, now!" They paddled frantically. Behind them, the radio screamed with static. Through it, a chilling whisper. "You can't leave. You're already here." Jason turned once more. The boat was gone, vanished into the mist. Story 3. The Shadow Beneath the Waves. Ethan always believed the ocean was mysterious, but one night while fishing alone, he learned some things are better left undiscovered. Ethan loved night fishing. The quiet, solitude, and vast emptiness of the ocean brought him peace. This night, the water was calm and the moon full. He anchored his small boat miles from shore, hoping for something big. As he cast his line, he heard a loud, powerful splash, like something massive had surfaced. Ethan grinned. Finally! He grabbed his flashlight, aiming it at the water, but what he saw wasn't a fish. It was a shape, huge, dark, drifting beneath the surface. It circled his boat. A chill crept down Ethan's spine. Then, his fishing line yanked, hard. The rod bent, the reel spun wildly. He tightened his grip. Whatever was on the other end was strong. Ethan struggled. The boat rocked violently. Then, a loud bang beneath the boat, like something hit it from below. Ethan grabbed his knife, ready to cut the line. Then, the boat lurched and something huge rose from the depths, a dark mass. Ethan's mind screamed, "Shark!" But then he saw the eyes, massive, hollow, watching him. The mouth opened impossibly wide, rows of teeth. Ethan didn't think. He dove into the water. The boat tipped. For a moment he was weightless in the ocean. Then something brushed his leg. Ethan kicked, swimming for his life. Behind him the boat was pulled under. 1 second it was there, the next it was gone. Ethan treaded water, panting, heart hammering. For minutes nothing happened. Then a ripple, something huge moved beneath him. Instead of attacking, it circled once, then sank back into the depths. Ethan never fished alone again. To this day, he still wonders, what let him live? And more importantly, how many others weren't so lucky? Some things in the water can be explained, but some things are better left undiscovered. Have you ever seen something on the water you couldn't explain? Share your story if you dare.